Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
A legal battle to remove St. Kitts and Nevis opposition leader from Parliament to begin in a matter of weeks. That's our top story in Caribbean Newsline for Monday, February 5th. From the CMC News Centre in Bridgetown, I'm Nicole Best. Good evening. A date has been set for the Timothy Harris government to begin seeking to remove opposition leader Denzil Douglas from Parliament. A High Court judge will start hearing arguments on February 26th in the case in which the government is seeking to have Douglas removed from Parliament on the grounds that he is the holder of a diplomatic passport issued by Dominica. A government statement on Monday said Attorney General Vincent Byron is seeking a declaration from the High Court that since election to the National Assembly on February 16, 2015, Douglas became disqualified from being elected as a member of the National Assembly and was accordingly required to vacate his seat in the National Assembly. It says the reason for the move is that Douglas, by virtue of his own act, is under an acknowledgement of allegiance, obedience, or adherence to a foreign power or state, namely Dominica. Last week, Prime Minister Harris said the case had significance to the Commonwealth family with their rich Westminster model of democracy. The Dutch government on Monday moved to take over the running of one of its Caribbean territories, St. Eustatius, after a committee reported gross negligence of duty by the island's administration. State Secretary for the Interior and Kingdom Relations Raymond Copps piloted a bill stipulating that the Island Council be disbanded and the deputies and acting lieutenant governor be relieved of their duties, allowing for the intervention. As a result, Dutch authorities say a government commissioner will be appointed to perform all duties and powers of the island government and will remain in office until government of St. Eustatius is able to fulfill its duties properly again. A two-member committee set up to map out the problems in the island and make recommendations concluded that there was gross negligence of duties. It said the current administrative situation is characterized by lawlessness and financial mismanagement, discrimination, intimidation, threats and insults, arbitrariness, and the pursuit of personal power at the expense of the residents of St. Eustatius. The committee therefore called for administrative intervention by the Dutch government. Formerly part of the Netherlands Antilles, St. Eustatius became a special municipality within the Netherlands on October 10, 2010. Over in Jamaica, the constituents of St. Andrew Northwest will go to the poll on March 15th to elect a new member of Parliament. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement Sunday evening at a JLP meeting, and that is they will go on February 12th. That's when they will go to the poll. Okay, I am being corrected here. It's supposed to be March 5th. They will go to the poll on March 5th. He said that that's the Prime Minister now said that nomination day is next Monday, February 12th. The by-election became necessary following the resignation of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party's Derek Smith, whose son, Dwayne Smith, wanted a chance to fill his father's shoes. Although he was overlooked in favour of Dr. Nigel Clark, who will go up against the opposition People's National Party's Keisha Haley, a disappointed Smith said he was standing by the party.
Everybody knows that I applied to succeed a member of Parliament. And I have made it clear to the leadership of the party that I'm a little bit disappointed in how the process played out. But you know what? I was not asked King to get the constituency. I was just asking for a fair chance and for justice. But regardless of that, no matter how hurt I am, I have watched my father toil in the Jamaica Labour Party for my entire life. He stuck with the party through the good times and the bad times. He has always put the Jamaica Labour Party first. He has always put the best interest of the party first. And I intend to do the same.
And now that the by-election date has been announced, Prime Minister Holness says Clark is ready to hit the campaign trail to keep the constituency in the JLP's hands, while PNP Chairman Fitz Jackson says his party is intent on winning the seat. Still in Jamaica, in the wake of concerns about the negative signal that could be sent to the island's tourist markets, National Security Minister Robert Montague says officials will stop using the term state of emergency when referring to the situation in St. James. He says it will now be referred to as enhanced security measures. Montague was speaking on Sunday during a meeting with stakeholders in the parish where the tourist capital Montego Bay is located.
The state of emergency has a negative connotation overseas, and therefore we would like to refer from henceforth to enhanced security measures in St. James.
The state of emergency, which was declared on January 18th for an initial 14 days, has since been extended until May 2nd. Stricter rules are being put in place for Trinidad and Tobago's insurance industry to prevent another Clico-type collapse. Finance Minister Colm Imbert says the move is necessary since the industry owns a significant portion of the Twin Island Republic's economy. He was speaking in the Parliament on a motion to adopt the report of a joint select committee that was appointed to consider and report on the Insurance Bill 2016. Imbert says the existence of a sound insurance market will facilitate the financial goals of individuals as well as the business community by protecting the society's assets.
Pension industries are long-term investors in projects and businesses and in the country's infrastructure, and thereby facilitate sustainable growth and economic development. I am told that the assets of the insurance industry total approximately 50 billion Trinidad and Tobago dollars as of September 2017 and account for approximately 33% of the GDP of Trinidad and Tobago. Assets under management for the pension sector total 51 billion Trinidad and Tobago dollars.
7 Caribbean countries have signed a 6-year cooperation agreement with the Pan American Health Organization geared towards strengthening their national health policies. The 2018 to 2024 cooperation strategy, as it is called, is the continuation of a previous agreement signed by Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines to tackle new challenges, continue previous programs and achieve unmet goals. The new strategy is based on 5 priorities: strengthening in-country health systems to advance universal health access, reducing death and illness from communicable diseases like HIV, tuberculosis and hepatitis B, achieving optimum family health throughout the life course, and reducing the burden of non-communicable diseases, and strengthening preparedness and response to health emergencies and disasters, while also reducing environmental threats and risks. PAHO Director Carissa Etienne said the strategy is the region's vision of the type of support it wants from the international body to help improve the health of Caribbean people. A CARICOM nation said to have the most overcrowded prisons in the world. We'll tell you what country that is after the break. Stay with us. All right, we'll go to the break in just a moment, but just to let you know that Haiti has been identified as having the most overcrowded prisons in the world. And that's according to information released by World Prison Brief. According to the London-based publication at the end of January, the country topped the 205 countries surveyed for the most overcrowded prisons in the world. Haiti is followed by the Philippines and El Salvador. In June 2016, the 17 Haitian prisons had an average occupancy rate of 454%, and the space per detainee was a little less than 0.5 square meters, far from the international standard, which is 4.5 square meters. The prison population in Haiti was estimated at 10,500. The report says this overcrowding has caused many human rights violations, health problems, the spread of diseases, malnutrition and violence. 72% of the prisoners were in pre-trial detention without having been tried, and the average length of pre-trial detention is 1,100 days. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Come and experience fun, meet amazing people, and enjoy fantastic food at the 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival. 5 days of festivities from June 27th to July 1st of 2018, with main stage performances from the 28th to the 30th. Here's the first wave of confirmed acts. The legendary Patti LaBelle, Queen of Dancehall, Spice, Miss Lauryn Hill. Many more acts to be announced. Book now and save the date. For more information, log on to StKittsMusicFestival.net. The St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
Come, sail with us through our ocean blues, where there's a blessed land that's waiting for you. Look, listen, feel. Realize your dream escape that's magically surreal. The best kept secret, a place you'll never forget, where adventure beckons with every gentle footstep. From lush mountain green to warm volcanic sand, submerged in splendor, our 32 enchanting islands. A kaleidoscope of experiences. No need to look anymore. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Caribbean you're looking for.
An Antiguan pilot has been remanded to prison after appearing in court on Monday morning, charged in connection with a near $1.7 million EC drug bust. 31-year-old Colin Maureen was denied bail when he appeared in the All Saints Magistrate Court, accused of cocaine possession, exportation, trafficking, and being involved in the supply of the illegal substance. He was implicated in last Friday's drug seizure by the Organization of Drug and Money Laundering Control Policy at the VC Bird International Airport. 105 pounds of cocaine valued at $1.67 million EC were found on a plane that was preparing to take off. 3 other people were initially taken into custody as part of investigations, but were later released. A magnitude 3.9 earthquake was felt in parts of western Jamaica on Monday morning. It occurred a few minutes before 9 o'clock. The earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies Mona campus said a preliminary report indicates that the quake was felt in St. James, Westmoreland and Hanover. The epicenter was located near Magotty, St. Elizabeth, with a focal depth of 4.3 kilometers. A number of temporary workers in Barbados' public sector could see their statuses changed by March 1st to permanent. Prime Minister Frendel Stewart made the announcement at a political meeting of the Democratic Labour Party on Sunday night. He told party supporters that despite the current economic challenges, sending workers home is not an option.
Every attempt is being made to ensure that all the security guards, quite a large number of them, who've been working for 3 years or more, should get letters making their appointments effective on the 1st of March. Persons at the clerical officer level, quite a large number of them, should do the same. Postmen should benefit from the same. Prison officers should benefit from the same. And I could go on and on and on. Now, there's another narrative going on elsewhere. Not that you should appoint these people and bring certainty and dignity to their lives, but that 4,500 of them should be sent home. Now, the government over which I preside finds that the stench of that offensive to its nostrils.
The International Monetary Fund recently advised the Barbados government to closely monitor and rein in its spending as foreign reserves continue to fall. Prime Minister Stewart says his government will soon table in Parliament the Barbados Sustainable Recovery Plan, which is a comprehensive solution to all of the country's problems. And he says it has the support of all social partners.
It covers the issues of growth, of fiscal sustainability, of foreign exchange, and of our social sectors. That is going to be the plan. Social partners have agreed on it. All three sides agree to work on it, and it is not just cosmetic. We've put in place and made provision for an oversight committee to make sure that continuing oversight is exercised over it so that the timelines and the deadlines can be met.
Former Guyana President Donald Ramotah has condemned the economic growth plan of the David Granger administration, saying that it lacks vision. He says the government needs to broaden its small business development plan and build on the successes of its former People's Progressive Party civic administration. He was also critical of the military background of members of the government, warning that it could be extremely dangerous. We get more in this report from Royden James of HGP Nightly News.
Former President Ramotah boasted of the economic progress made under his watch and that of former PPP administrations. He said job creation for young people was on the rise under the PPP, but it's on the decline today. The former head of state further expressed the opinion that the coalition plans to kickstart the economy lacks vision.
The only ideas that the government got about job creation is cocoa price, plantain chips. That's the president's pepper sauce. That's their idea as far as job. I mean, I'm not hitting those things. I think those things has its place.
Mr. Ramotah said much progress had been made and the government should find ways to build on those initiatives.
In a society like ours, where thousands of children are leaving school every day, highly qualified now because our education system has improved under the PPP Civic, and a lot of people are leaving school. We need more vision than cocoa price and plantain chips.
The former head of state said that the government, in his estimation, adopted an authoritarian style of leadership and focuses on the wrong things.
It's dominated by people with military thinking and people who have been trained military. Not that I have anything against the military, but military style of government in the government, it could be extremely dangerous.
And ahead in Newsline Sport, Grenada's Prime Minister says what he thinks of the new manager of the West Indies senior team. Stay with us. Sport is around the corner.
Come and experience fun, meet amazing people, and enjoy fantastic food at the 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival. 5 days of festivities from June 27th to July 1st of 2018, with main stage performances from the 28th to the 30th. Here's the first wave of confirmed acts. The legendary Patti LaBelle, Queen of Dancehall, Spice, Miss Lauryn Hill. Many more acts to be announced. Book now and save the date. For more information, log on to StKittsMusicFestival.net. The St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
Come, sail with us through our ocean blues, where there's a blessed land that's waiting for you. Shh. Look, listen, feel. Realize your dream escape that's magically surreal. The best kept secret, a place you'll never forget, where adventure beckons with every gentle footstep. From lush mountain green to warm volcanic sand, submerged in splendor, our 32 enchanting islands. A kaleidoscope of experiences. No need to look anymore. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Caribbean you're looking for.
Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has hailed the appointment of Roy Lewis as the new manager of the West Indies senior team. In a media release, Mitchell said he was pleased with this appointment, adding Lewis has been a symbol of discipline, hard work and motivation. He said he believes the Grenadian will be a major source of much-needed motivation for a battered side which lost the Test series in New Zealand 2-0, the One-Day International Series 3-0 and the T20 Series 2-0. While Cricket West Indies is yet to make a formal announcement, several media reports have said that Lewis, a former West Indies and Windward Islands leg spinner, has been appointed in the position for the ICC World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe next month. He replaces legendary former West Indies fast bowler Joel Garner, who took up the position back in 2016. The 43-year-old Lewis joined Cricket West Indies 8 years ago as a project officer in the operations department, tasked with helping to manage the board's plethora of regional tournaments. In 2016, he was named Team Operations Manager of the Windies squad for their successful T20 World Cup campaign. Prime Minister Mitchell, a keen cricket enthusiast, says Lewis's competencies made him ideal for the new role. A century from Evan Lewis ensured Trinidad and Tobago Red Force secured its third straight victory by 4 wickets against Windward Islands Volcanoes as action in the regional Super 50 continued on Monday at the historic Kensington Oval. Lewis struck a 93-ball 100 as TNT finished on 226 for 6 in their reply to Volcanoes' first innings total of 222. Amir Gangu, who put on an 85-run partnership with Lewis, finished with 41 from 69 balls, while Jason Mohammed chipped in with an unbeaten 29. Left-arm spinner Larry Edwards picked up 4 wickets, while Shane Shillingford had figures of 2 for 43. Earlier, Trinidadian mystery spinner Sunil Narayan tore into the Volcanoes' batting line after they were sent in. Opening batsman Devon Smith top scored with 68 from 112 balls, while Andre Fletcher added 31 and Johnson Charles scored 29 runs. Narayan picked up 4 for 25, which ended the side's innings with 1 over to spare. Imran Khan and Rashan Primus took 2 wickets each. Meanwhile, Rakeem Cornwall struck another stunning 100, but teenaged seamer Kimo Paul snatched his maiden regional one-day 5-wicket haul to engineer a collapse and lift Guyana Jaguars to a dramatic 18-run win over Leeward Islands Hurricanes late Sunday. Chasing 299 for victory in their Group B match, Hurricanes were cruising at 248 for 4 in the 39th over, with Cornwall ripping into the Jaguars' bowling en route to a brilliant 119. With Jaguars virtually out of answers, the 19-year-old Paul stepped up, first removing Terence Ward for 42 and then accounted for Cornwall in his next over. The hosts lost their last 6 wickets for 34 runs in the space of 41 deliveries. Jaguar captain Leon Johnson had earlier missed out on his maiden regional one-day 100 when he fell for 99 as his side piled up a challenging 298 for 8 of their 50 overs. West Indies batsman Shimron Hetmeyer slammed 47, wicketkeeper Anthony Bramble chipped in with 40, while all-rounder Raymond Reefer got 36 and Shafane Rutherford 33 not out. The victory was Jaguars' third on the trot, and they remain unbeaten in the competition following wins over English County Kent and USA Cricket. And Jamaica Scorpions suffered their second straight defeat of the regional Super 50 on Sunday when they crashed to a disappointing 4-wicket defeat to English County Kent. Let down by their powerful batting lineup, Scorpions were dismissed for 156 in the 42nd over, with only Andre McCarthy resisting with a top score of 76 off 86 deliveries. seamer Ivan Thomas and leg spinner Joe Denley claimed 4 wickets apiece as Scorpions started poorly and never recovered. In reply, Kent found themselves at 25 for 4 in the 10th over before left-hander Alex Blake rescued the run chase with an unbeaten 74 to see them home in the 44th over. And still in cricket, young Bermudan all-rounder Delray Rollins will be in exalted company when he plays for the Marylebone Cricket Club. That's the MCC against Sussex in next month's champion county match in Barbados. Left-hander Rollins, 20, who plays for English county side Sussex, has been chosen alongside 2 former Test players, West Indies fast bowler Fidel Edwards, 35, and 41-year-old England all-rounder Paul Collingwood. In the floodlit 4-day game, the traditional curtain raiser to the English domestic season at Kensington Oval between March 27 and 30. The MCC team will be captained by Kent's 24-year-old former England under-19 player Daniel Bell-Drummond. Previous curtain raisers which pit the MCC against the previous season's county championship winners have been staged in the United Arab Emirates. But this year, Barbados will host a festival of English cricket in the spring, and Barbados was the one that was chosen instead. Rollins will already be in Barbados ahead of the MCC match, as he has also been picked for the North-South series, which was launched in Dubai and Abu Dhabi last year as part of England's preparations for hosting the 2019 World Cup. We switch sport now. Top Trinidad-based football club W Connection bounced back with a 2-1 victory against Jamaican side Arnett Gardens in the CFU Club Championship last Friday. The victory came days after they were trounced by Haiti in the tournament opener at the Otto Bolden Stadium. Both teams were vying for a spot in Sunday's semi-finals with the hope of qualifying for CONCACAF Championships League. Kent Fuentes of C-Sport tells us more in this report.
Connection, looking to rebound from their opening match defeat to Haiti's Real Hope, took an early second-minute lead when Marcus Joseph got on the end of a Gerard Williams cross to side-foot the ball into the back of the net. Joseph was causing problems for the Arnett Gardens defense and almost had a second, but his shot went just wide of the upright. But in the 13th minute, he was not to be denied, as he went past his marker to finish with a thunderous strike that gave the Arnett Gardens keeper no chance at his near post. 2-0 W Connection. Joseph went in search of his hat-trick and almost had it in spectacular fashion. Arnett Gardens had their moments in the first half, but could not find the goals needed to get back into the game. 2-0 Connection led at the half. At the restart, Arnett Gardens went on the attack and were awarded a penalty in the 62nd minute, which Fabian Reid converted to cut Connection's lead to 1. But it was as close as they got, as Connection held on for the 2-1 victory. In the day's earlier encounter, Club Atletico Pantoa took on Haiti's Real Hope Football Academy, and it was the boys from the Spanish-speaking side of the Isle of Hispaniola that took the lead in the 35th minute through Luis Espinal. 6 minutes later, Armando Matia doubled his team's lead with a thumping header. 2-0 they led at the half. They got a third and final goal in the 59th minute when Espinal took advantage of a mistake by the Real Hope custodian. 3-0 Pantoa would win this one over Real Hope FC.
And that's the sport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Come and experience fun, meet amazing people, and enjoy fantastic food at the 22nd Annual St. Kitts Music Festival. 5 days of festivities from June 27th to July 1st of 2018, with main stage performances from the 28th to the 30th. Here's the first wave of confirmed acts. The legendary Patti LaBelle, Queen of Dancehall, Spice, Miss Lauryn Hill. Many more acts to be announced. Book now and save the date. For more information, log on to stkidsmusicfestival.net. The St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
That's Caribbean Newsline. Do have yourselves a good night.